We're here again. Thank you very much for joining. Last session was quite interesting. We learned a few things. I'm going to remind us a little bit about what we went through. And we are focusing mainly on closing a conversation. And we were learning about tutaonana badai, see you later, tutaonana badai. And then we said we can make it a bit shorter and just say badai, later, right? And then we also learned about this very respectful greeting, shikamo. And then now the elderly person on the other side can reply marahaba. And we say this is a very respectful greeting, mostly used in Tanzania, but also used in Kenya, but mostly used in Tanzania. And then we also went a bit deeper about hodi hodi and how the different ways we can say hodi hodi. And we learned that hodi hodi means may I come in, yeah? Then another way of saying hodi hodi is hodi nyumbani, and nyumbani is house or home, yeah? Hodi nyumbani. You can say hodi hodi or hodi nyumbani. And I remember I was telling my story about my friend who bought a house, I think 2 weeks ago now. And I was saying when I go visit her in Seattle, Washington State, I'll go hodi hodi or hodi nyumbani. What else did we learn about? Oh, we learned some polite words. So we learned about samahani, which is excuse me. We learned about thank you, which most people know. It's asante. Thank you, asante. Asante is thank you. And then we also learned about please. Please, dad. Please, mom. Tafadhali, mama. That is please, mom. And then tafadhali, baba. That is please, dad. So tafadhali is please. Tafadhali. And then I remember Martin was going for a COVID test, and I texted him pole sana, and we said that is very sorry. So pole sana is very sorry, right? So that was about it in a nutshell, and we shared a few tips on how to go about Duolingo, doing it when you're very relaxed to get the best out of it, and also we had some question and answer, right? But so this week, it's even more interesting. We are doing lesson 4. We're already in the 4th lesson, so we're doing really good. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to pull out my Duolingo and show you where we are at right now. But we are people in Duolingo. So last week was greetings 2. This week we are at people. People is this one. Oh boy, and they're all cracked. I need to practice them. So we are here now. People. People, right? That's what we're doing today. And we said a number of things might repeat themselves, but that's the beauty of learning language. It's all about practice. All right, so today I've tried to organize it. So we're going to start with a few vocabularies, Swahili vocabularies. How do I learn to speak different languages? All right, we're already starting with a few comments there. During the session, you can put all the comments below, and then towards the end, we're going to follow up on them. All right, so about today, we're going to learn a few Swahili vocabularies. And then we're going to go to a little bit of sentence structure. So we're going to do a few sentences and just break down the structures. And then we're going to finish with a few practice examples, which are in your Duolingo. So I think that's fun, and I'm looking forward to it. All right. So let's start right away. Vocabulary number 1. Remember, we're learning about people today, and we have to learn a few things about people. So maybe you can start from home. What's a parent in Swahili? Mzazi, mzazi. So that is parent. So word number 1 is mzazi. And what is this? Parent. Mzazi, mzazi. That's a parent. Okay. So while we're still in the home setup, we can also learn about mgeni. And what is mgeni? Mgeni is guest or a visitor. guest, mgeni, mgeni. While still in the home setup, we've learned about mzazi, which is a parent, and now this is a guest, mgeni, mgeni, mgeni. Right? All right, repeat after me. Parent, let's start from the top. Parent, mzazi, mzazi. And then guest, mgeni, mgeni. Third time, mgeni, mgeni. That's a guest, right? What if that guest is your friend? So what is friend in Swahili? Rafiki, rafiki, rafiki. Rafiki. Repeat after me. Rafiki, rafiki. Friend. That is friend. Okay? All right. All right, let's go a bit. Let's expand our vocabulary a little bit. So what if we talk about a cook? A cook is mpishi. 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 Cook. Mpishi. Another name in English, I think it's chef. Yeah? Mpishi. All right? Okay. Which other word do we have? Mukulima. Let me write it down. Mukulima. Mukulima, right here. Mukulima. Mukulima. And what is this? This is a farmer. Farmer. Okay? So we are at the garden now. We are at the garden. So we're talking about mkulima, a farmer, right? Oh, what's the other word? Another word is msafiri. 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 All right. Okay. All right. And what is that? A traveler. Right? Traveler. So if you're going from home to school, in Swahili you say safiri. Unasafiri. But someone who's traveling, a traveler, is this word, msafiri. Okay? All right? I gave you the context so that it's easier to understand and remember. So msafiri, that's a traveler. All right? All right, let's add one more. One more is seremala. Seremala. So if most of them, you will notice they start with M. M, 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 M. Yeah. So a nice way of detecting whether a word means someone or people is you observe for the M in front of it. Yeah. But not all the words. So we have to make that disclaimer. Not all words start with M that talk about people. So a good example is Rafiki. Rafiki, if someone remembers, Rafiki is friend. All right. But it doesn't start with M, but it's still people. Okay. But a nice way to notice like trends is the M. But now I'm going to add another word that doesn't start with M, but is still people. And that is seremala. 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 And this is a carpenter. Seremala. Seremala. And that is carpenter. All right. Someone who deals with wood. Okay. I think now that we're talking about seremala, we should also talk about craftsmen, and which is mafundi in Swahili. Mafundi. Let me write it down. Mafundi is craftsman. Mafundi. Yeah. Some people call them artisans, but I feel they are craftsmen. Artisans or craftsmen. Mafundi. All right. So those are our starting vocabularies. Okay. So I'm not going to erase this. I'm just going to pull out another empty one, and then we're going to go to now different sentence structure. All right. So I want to say, Angel, you are a student. You are a student. So how do I say that in Swahili? Okay. This is how I'm going to say it. Very easy. So you start with wewe, you, wewe, ni, you are, ni. So start with me. Wewe ni mwanafunzi, mwanafunzi. Right there. So wewe ni mwanafunzi. Wewe, please repeat with me. Wewe ni mwanafunzi. You are a student. Okay? You are a student. Wewe ni mwanafunzi. All right? All right, let's make it a little bit more interesting. You are an engineer. How do you say that in Swahili? Same concept. Wewe ni, and then we have this big word for engineer. Mhandisi. Mhandisi. Engineer. So you are an engineer. This first part is constant. Wewe ni mhandisi. All right, all right. So mhandisi is the new word you're learning, but wewe ni, it's a familiar sentence structure, okay? So mhandisi is engineer. Engineer, okay? Engineer. I know you've been having talks with people involved in science, and I'm sure you've already talked to a few of mhandisi, all right? Engineer, all right? Okay. So how about when I want to talk about myself now? I'm talking about me now. I was saying you are a student, wewe ni mwanafunzi. You are an engineer, wewe ni mhandisi. Now I want to talk about me. We were starting with wewe, but now that I'm talking about me, I'm going to say mimi, okay? So I am a teacher. Mimi ni mwalimu. Mimi, repeat after me, mimi ni, N-I, ni mwalimu. Right here. Mimi ni mwalimu. Mimi ni mwalimu. I am a teacher. And in this case, I am a Swahili teacher teaching you. I am a teacher. Mimi ni mwalimu. All right? So we've learned about wewe. So when I talk about you, it's wewe. So the sentence has to start with wewe. All right? When I talk about me, I say mimi, just like English. Me, mimi. Simple, right? I hope so. All right. Let's make it a bit more interesting now. Mimi. I'm writing it up here just for the sake of remembering. But we're moving to the next thing, okay? So we want to talk about still in the home setup. Let's talk about father and grandfather, okay? So father and grandfather are both men. So we want to say that in Swahili. So we've added two subjects in a sentence. So we've added father and grandfather. So in Swahili is baba, that is father, na babu, baba na babu, father and grandfather are men. Baba na babu ni wanaume. And what that's saying, all right. You can repeat after me. Baba na babu ni wanaume. Please repeat that. And this basically means father and grandfather are men. Okay. All right. How about we talk about mother and grandma? So mother, from the previous sessions, we learned mother is mama. Okay. So immediately we're just going to start that way. Mama na bibi. Very cool word. Mama na bibi. Ni. Every time you hear ni, just think of is. Is. Ni. Ni. Is. Mimi ni is. Okay. Mama na bibi ni wanawake. They are women. Mother and grandmother are women. Mama na bibi ni wanawake. Here it is written down. Mama na bibi ni wanawake. All right. Mama na bibi ni wanawake. That basically means mother and grandma. Remember, this is a very cool word. Grandma are women. So wanawake is women. Mama na bibi ni wanawake. Please repeat. All right, that's good. That's good. Mama na bibi ni wanawake. All right. Okay. All right. So that was really good. So let's move on. Let's talk about a few adjectives and how to use them in Swahili. Mwafrika mzuri. Please repeat. Mwafrika mzuri. Mwafrika mzuri. So this is a nice African. Okay, that's what it means. A nice African. Mwafrika mzuri. Okay. What about a nice American? Marekani mzuri. Marekani mzuri. A nice American. How many of you are nice? I hope you're all nice. All right. I'm a nice African. You are a nice American. Okay. Mwamerika mzuri. Okay. So let's make it a bit more interesting. So how about when we want to say in plural, Tanzanians are nice people. How do we say that in Swahili? Watanzania ni, N-I again, ni watu. Watu is people. Watu wazuri, wazuri. Here, Watanzania ni watu wazuri. Okay? Tanzanians. All right. Tanzanians are nice people. All right, let's practice again. Watanzania ni watu wazuri. Please repeat. All right. Watanzania ni watu wazuri. Okay? Tanzanians are nice people. Okay? Let's combine now everything we've been learning and summarize with a few sentences. Rehema na Emilian ni walimu. We are talking now, we're adding two subjects, and then we are using the word ni to form a full sentence, okay? Rehema is someone's name. Rehema na Emilian. Emilian is also someone's name. Ni walimu. Rehema na Emilian ni walimu. Please repeat. And what does this mean? Rehema na Emilian ni walimu. It means Rehema and Emilian are teachers. I'm just checking my spelling. Rehema and Emilian are teachers. Okay? That's what it means. These are two subjects. So Rehema and Emilian, they are two people, and then we are describing them as teachers, walimu. Okay? So na automatically means and. All right? And then ni, ni, the one we've been using a lot today, it's are, sometimes is. So are teachers. So if it's plural, it's are. If it's single, is. But in Swahili, it's the same, ni. All right? Rehema na Emilian ni walimu. Okay? Cool. All right. Let's do one more singular and plural. So earlier we started by saying when you're talking about wewe, you, we use wewe, okay? But what if you're talking about you and you many? So initially I was just talking about Angel, right? So that was one person. What if I'm talking about Angel and Martin? So those are plural. There are more people. So how do you change it in Swahili? Because in Swahili, it's not the same. In English, you just say you, you. But in Swahili, it changes, and it's important to know. So, wewe, this is singular, and then we have plural. Wewe in plural is Nini. Nini, N-I-N-Y-I. Nini, plural. Here we go. Wewe, it's you. Nini, it's you guys. Now it's plural, you. In English, it's the same. You just use you and you, but in Swahili, it's not the same. Very important to note, okay? So in English is Nini. So we've used an example with wewe. Oh, why don't we practice saying Nini? Nini. Nini. All right, okay. So ninyi ni wanafunzi. Let's use the example. Ninyi ni wanafunzi. You are student. Wanafunzi. Ninyi ni wanafunzi. Let me check my spelling. Okay. Ninyi ni wanafunzi. You are student. All right. All right. So I have a few more practice questions, but I think we can pose it from there. I think you have some basics from there, and we can build up from there maybe later. Asante sana. Thank you very much.
Asante.